In this video, you want to determine which of the following diagrams. So you have three different diagrams here. That is the diagram number one, and then two as well as number three. You want to demonstrate that which of the following diagrams is or are what function, right? So that is the word that we are looking for. Now, for you to determine that which one is a function, you have to know exactly the meaning of this function. Is that okay? If you know the meaning or the definitions of this function, you can easily proceed and do your calculation or understand exactly what they are asking you to find out. Now, the question says that we should determine which of the following diagram. The idea of a function is that just understand that every child here, right? So every child here has what a mother. Is that okay? If you know this analogy here, you are free to go, which is obvious. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you have the first part here, let's say this is one house that contains a house of children, right? So you have a children in this house here, and then you have the house that contains the mothers, right? You have the house that contains the mothers. If you have the child number one, child number two, or maybe child number three, right? So child number three, and then I have their respective mothers here. Let's say X and Y. Is that okay? Now, what matters is that if the child number one here, of course, if you're a child, you have what a mother, right? So you have a mother here. So let's say your mother is the Y. So the name of your mother is Y. This guy here, the name of um, her mother is what X, and then finally this one is what. If that is the case, all that we are looking forward is that every child here must belongs to what a mother. Is that okay? Every child here must what belongs to a mother. That is the most important thing. We don't care if you're a mother here, you don't have a child. Are you getting the point? We don't care about that. So everyone here, so technically the house of the children is what we call what the domain, and then the house of the mothers is in some cases that is what we call what the co-domain. So this is just the technical meaning of the term, right? So if everybody in the domain here belongs or maps to a certain item in the co-domain here, then we say that that is what we call what a function, right? Okay, now you get the meaning of the function. Let's go straight to our question here and then answer the question. So the first part here says that we have two children in this house, right? So the children by name A and B, and then we have three mothers in their house here. That is mother number one, two, and then three. So X, Y, and then what? Z. Now you can see from the diagram that the child here, this child here, has a mother by the name of X, right? So A here has a mother also. A has a mother to be X, and then we have a Y. Sorry, B here has a mother to be Y, right? So these are the arrangement that we are having. Now, look at something here. Look at something. There's a Z here who is the mother, but of course, this mother here doesn't have a child, right? So you don't have a child. Now, the definition of the function, do you really care if you're a mother, you don't have a child? So that is the most important thing. The focus here is that every child here must have a mother. Of course, if you have a mother, you must have only one mother. We are talking about biological mothers here, right? So if you have a mother here, your mother is just one person. It's okay. Exactly what we are seeing here. If you are a child and then you have a mother, that is free. We are free to go. So we can say that this is a function since all the conditions are satisfied. Because you are a child, you have a mother. Of course, you have only one mother here, right? So every child here must belong to only one mother. We don't really care if you're a mother here, you don't have a child. All our focus is on the children. That's fine. All the children has a mother, and they have only one mother. So this here, our condition is satisfied that this is what a function. Now look at the second one. So if you have a look at the second one, you can see that here we have a child here, right? So there's one child here, and then there's another child here. Of course, their name is by what A and B. Is that okay? Now let's say the condition. Is it true that all the children here they have a mother? Of course, by the arrow here, you can see that this child here has a mother by name of X. So the first guy or the first child here by name A has a mother to be X, and then we have B here also has a mother to be X. So if that is the case, we can say that this mother has two children, right? It is true, right? It happens, and in some cases it can even be more than or less than. Is that okay? But here, let's say that specifically this mother has two children. Now, the child here has a mother. Of course, if someone asks you, this guy here, the A here, what is your mother's name? That person will say, oh, X. And then if someone asks this guy here, which is the B, what is your mother's name? That person will say, well, X. It is true, right? So this is a function. The reason being a function is that every child here has a mother, and then they all have what? Just a mother, right? Just a mother. Is that okay? We don't care if this mother has more than what, two children or three children. We don't really care about that. Our focus here is that if you're a child here, then you have a mother. Then that is true, right? So if you're a child here, your mother is here. I get to the point. So you have a mother here, right? That is true. So these two people here, we don't care about them. We don't really care about this. All our focus once again is what, on the children. If you are a child here, you have a mother and then only one mother. That is true, right? If you ask this guy, what is your mother? That person will say, my mother is only X. If you ask this guy here, what is your mother's name? Your mother is only X. That is just a very simple trick here. So here, you pay close attention to some of these things. So this is a function, right? So you have the first person to be a function, or the first diagram here to be a function, and then as well as the second one to also be a function. Now let's come to the final part here. So we have this guy here, right? So you have this guy here having what, a mother to be what, X, and then as well as that same guy has another mother to be what, to be Y, and then finally we have a B here has a mother to be what, to be Z. Look at something. If you rearrange this, you have A to be mother to be X, and then you have that same A as a mother to be Y, and then you have a B here. Right? So B here as a mother to be Z. Right? So these are the people that we are having, right? So these are the people that we are having. And now the definition of the function is saying that if you are a child here, you must have only one mother. Of course, we are talking about the biological mothers. So if your biological mother is in this way, for real, it's only one, right? Okay, now look at something. This guy here, according to this guy diagram here, we are having that A has a mother to be X, right? That same A has another mother to be Y, which is not in our case. Are you getting the point? That is not in our case. So if this one happens in what, a mathematics or something of this nature, we say that it is not what, a function, right? So this is not what, a function. So okay. So the only function that you have out at this point is the I and then the I. Is that okay? So the I here, I and then the I are this our function, right? If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Now let's have a look at this one. Now if you want to know some of the things that relate to a function like odd and or even what a function, or maybe something like you want to find the inverse of any function, right? So and so on and so forth, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Give us more content, like something like you want to see in the near future, right? To show that a function is a one-to-one, a one-to-one function, right? So something of this nature is very, very important, and that these are some of the key things that you have to make sure that you understand better, or how to show that a function is one-to-one using a diagram, right? Or maybe you prove that by what, a mathematical method. So make sure that you join us for more content like